Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Apostate Weekly. I'm your host, James.
And I'm Rion.
And in this week's episode, we are going to be talking about lawyers who released the survey on the alleged witness child abuse. We have a woman who was grooming a teenage boy who is a witness. And we have more stories for you as well. So with that being said, let's get into the intro. So which governing body's members' bones are those going to be now?
Oh, do we have to pick somebody else
I think
for the new year?
Yeah, we're going to have to pick somebody for the new year. Actually, let's keep that as a surprise for the new year. How about that?
Okay. All right, we're going to have to retire Spleen. He's spleened enough.
Or I have another idea. We'll forget Spleen, and we'll put it out to our viewers to comment which governing body's bones they want for the new year, and we'll take a vote on it.
And maybe it's not even bones.
Maybe not.
Maybe they're tapping on something. I don't know what they'd be tapping on.
A keg or a bottle of booze.
Right. Could be that as well. Tapping on that bottle. Ding, 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 ding.
That's right.
Gage Feeble. Like that name.
Yeah, I'm sure we could probably, with the community, think of a bunch of different fun names to call them.
Yeah, we have really, our audience is very inappropriate, and I like it.
That's the way they should be. If you're not inappropriate, you don't belong in my audience.
Yeah, that's true. You probably are in the wrong spot because we're a teensy bit offensive, not a lot of bit, just a tiny bit.
I don't know. Depends on who you talk to, I guess.
To each their own.
Because sometimes I just go for the gusto and want to be the most offensive I can be. But, you know.
There's no awards for this, my friends. There's no
awards.
But
it doesn't matter. I'm already a winner.
That's right. You're a winner.
That's right. All right. So shall we get into this dreadful news this week?
Let's jump on in.
Yeah, all righty then. So first story I'm going to share with y'all is I'm going to talk about this a Kerry woman. This is from the Irish Independent. And she is now a convicted child groomer. And she confessed what it says here in the article to her Jehovah's Witness congregation, which would be her elders, because nobody ever confesses to the congregation in the witness room. Right. It's always the elders. You know, the three elders in the back kangaroo courtroom. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But she confessed that she started grooming this boy at the age of 14 before having sex with him 2 years later. And then this lady went on to work in childcare settings and admitted to 4 counts of defilement of a child under 17. And this was all between 2008 and 2009. So that is really a short period of time that she was working in this childcare settings, and also a short period of time that she was grooming that other child as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and this is important to know too, because there is a stigma for men and boys that get abused, you know, especially if you grow up and you want to come out with your abuse later in life. There's a stigma for men. Oh, you should just suck it up and man it up, man up.
I would have liked it if it were me. I would have loved it if my teacher.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you were getting you some at a young age. Go you.
Yeah.
No.
Something must be wrong with you. Something must not be right in your head that you don't want sex from a beautiful older woman. You're stupid. There is a huge stigma, and that's a problem. That's disgusting.
It is. And that's only furthering the narrative of that, and it's only making the victims feel less comfortable to actually open up and come forward. You
100%.
know, and abuse to men, while it's not as common as abuse women go through, probably. I don't know the stats on that, so I could be wrong. But just from my own perception of society, that's how it is. It still happens though. And it still needs to be talked about, and it still needs to be addressed in the same proper ways as it would be with anybody else.
I wonder if it is really difficult because there is that stereotypical kind of like, "Oh, you should like it." I wonder if it is handled different inside of the organization when that does happen. Like, if it's more blown off, I wonder.
That's a good question. I
I
don't
mean, it's
know.
always blown off, right? Because we know it's always just kind of like, "You need to forgive. Sin is against God, not against you. What's wrong with you for not forgiving because they're sorry?" But I wonder if it's even worse when it comes to a boy. Eh.
Yeah, that's a good question. If I'd have to ask my dad. He might have some insights. I don't know. I know he didn't really handle anything with child sexual abuse when he was in, so that's a good thing for him.
Thank
Um,
goodness, right?
but he might know of other stories that I'm not aware of. So, Dad, if you're listening to this, I'll talk to you later about it, I guess, because I won't be able to really talk to you about it now. So just let me know.
Yeah.
Um, anyways, so yeah, that's just sick and disgusting. And I really hope that boy, especially since it's in the news, I hope he gets some justice and gets some therapy and gets some help, and is able to at least move on with his life and not be traumatized by this.
Right. Yeah, and this is one of those reasons why the organization should have programs set up for people, equitable programs that give them the ability to get help if they need, talk about what happened to the medicine, if whatever it is that they need. This organization is rich enough that they could have those kinds of subsidies programs, but they don't care about their members.
No, they sure don't. So, anyways, let's go ahead and move on. Do you want to do your story next?
Sure, why not? So, you guys, James has been keeping us updated about what's happening in Japan. Let me scroll down a little bit. There we go.
And could you make that bigger, please?
Oh, Jesus, is that okay?
That's too much. That's Jehovah. You need it Jesus size.
I need a Jesus size. Hold on. How about that? Is that better?
I would actually go a little bit more because
One more. Let's try one more.
That's good. That's good.
Okay, perfect. So James has been keeping us updated what has been happening in Japan because I believe they have kind of a new ministry. And because of this new ministry, they are taking an in-depth look at some of the allegations that are coming up with against the Jehovah's Witnesses, and one of those is severe abuse. Wasn't it last week you discussed the like beatings and things of that nature that these families were putting their children through who are Jehovah's Witnesses living in Japan? Well, guess what? It looks like the organization is asking from help. I think this was the German branch, the German Watchtower Bible and Tract Society branch, and they are asking assistance from educated Jehovah's Witnesses to write letters about how the organization does not groom people, does not harm children, does not stop people from living a good life. So the education that we are told growing up is of the world now will come in handy for the Jehovah's Witness organization to protect them because they feel like this ministry is coming at their neck. So they're
Of
asking their
course.
brothers and sisters who are educated to write them lies. Now they won't know that they're writing lies. They'll think that this is, real deal, and Jehovah's way is the only way. But of course, we know that is not true. So they want them to write down about like exemplary behavior in school, how they don't do drugs, they're not criminals, all the things that most everybody in this world is not if you're
You know
just a
what?
good citizen.
You know what that sounds like? That
What?
sounds exactly like when we had Chris Shelton on our show and about the Danny Masterson trial and the letters that Mila and Ashton wrote, the character reference letters. It's the exact same
Exactly.
thing that they're wanting these, educated witnesses to write about the society.
Yep, they want them to say all the good things, how loving they are, how kind, compassionate, balanced, but they're supposed to skip past all the harmful rhetoric
Yeah.
that the children are indoctrinated with. I wonder how this is going to go. I'm I don't want anybody ever to be, because of their religion, I don't want them to be, bigoted or prejudiced against. But I think we need to get real and be honest about what this organization does. And the fact that they're asking this from educated witnesses is just even more
Oh yeah.
mind-boggling to me. Ironic, idiotic. Yeah.
Stupidotic.
Yeah, right? Imbecilic. Any dumb word you can think of in the dictionary, you can just find jw.org next to it.
Next to it. Yeah. With a
Mhm.
picture.
Exactly.
And it's funny with each new um what's the word, synonym, there's a different picture of the governing body.
I like that. I think that we should make up our own dictionary.
Oh yeah, you got a good point, Mom. Aren't witnesses educated by the Watchtower and Awake? We were told that was like having a college education.
Right? Could you imagine if people wrote in and
I
said that?
mean,
Said that I didn't get a
oh my
education,
gosh.
but I've read all the Watchtower publications. It's like having a
Yeah,
college degree.
I went to Watchtower U.
Oh, no. Oh god, WU. We should just wear
Woo,
WU. Woo. I'm
woo.
from the Wu-Tang.
I was thinking the same thing. They're the Wu Tang cult.
The Wu-Tang call. Ah, that's even better.
The WTC. All right, let's go ahead and move along here. So, this is actually a kind of a good story and a bad story all at once. Okay.
Oh.
So, out of the Netherlands, we have this guy. Um, I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm not going to try. Gosh, they're
Van
loud. I'm sorry,
Gastrin
everybody.
or Trow?
Yeah, I know. Van Gasteren, I think, is the guy who um, is is doing this. So he criticized the child sexual abuse policy for of the Jehovah's Witnesses, and he gets kicked out, or as we all know, disfellowshipped for it. Now, this has been confirmed, and even Reclaimed Voices got in on this, and they made a statement about it. It says if every form of criticism is dismissed as undermining Jehovah, as in Bart's case, nothing can ever change.
Right there.
Exactly. And we know that if you are outspoken against this organization in any way, you are labeled an apostate and automatically disfellowshipped.
Mhm.
And even if what you're speaking is true, which the majority of us ex-Jehovah's Witnesses are speaking the truth about the organization, let's be frank. If
Yeah.
anybody finds that we're lying or said something wrong, we're usually called out pretty quickly.
Oh god,
You
yes.
know, I mean,
Not wrong about that.
I know I listen to like other ex Jehovah's Witness YouTubers, and they'll say something, and I don't think they're not being purposeful about it, but they'll just say something, inadvertently, you know, not big
That
deal, but just
that
wrong,
you don't think. Yeah.
right from my perspective of it, and I'll be like, oh, that's wrong, but you know what? It's close enough. It's not a big deal, you
Mhm.
know?
And it's
So
difficult too because I think it's intentional for us to be confused. That is all an intention. It doesn't matter that not everybody understands or agrees or thinks the same thing happens. It's just to make you feel stupid and look dumb,
yeah.
right? As far as I'm concerned, it really is. It's made to be confusing.
Oh yeah. And it's no wonder that people have different ideas about it from different parts of the world. So,
Mm.
you know, and that's just how it
Dang.
is.
I'm sorry to hear that, Queentopia. That's messed up.
That is.
Let me read
So
that just in case we have people who can't. I was
true.
brainwashed to turn down a 4-year scholarship when I was in there in court. Wait. Anyway, you turned down a 4-year scholarship. And yes, the inquiry is beyond
Yeah.
laughable. And we've heard many people that have turned down education and I mean, we see it today. There's football players who've left to be full-time JWs and whatnot.
Yep. Tennis
Interesting.
stars. Of
Yeah.
course, they still do their thing anyways, that tennis star.
Yeah, was it you who showed
The Serena
something that
Williams.
that was something
Yeah.
she was doing
Yep.
recently, and I
Yeah,
was just
she was doing the
floored.
Nutcracker play with her kids at school.
That's right. And I think that's
Yeah.
beautiful. Like, I'm not mad that she's having the freedom to live her life. That's what people should be doing. I'm mad because I got in trouble for that, like, literally the same thing. My parents walked out on my school, vocal thing because they were so mad at me. Like,
Yeah.
it's just so unfair, that's all.
Yeah. So, I mean, we all wanted to live our lives, but we all had to suppress things because of the religion. And
Yeah.
then when I see other people that get to still live their lives, or the ones that did it that were in and never got in trouble, it was a matter of jealousy, really.
Oh,
Oh,
there's a lot of
jeez, Doc.
jealousy. So
Man, I'm
Doc
sorry to hear
Hayes had to
that.
turn down a scholarship to study in Japan. It absolutely crushed you. I can imagine. I'm so sorry. Brilliant
And
minds being forced to just dumb themselves down for the benefit of Watchtower Bible Tract Society.
I'm gonna say something real quick. I'm glad you're reading the actual comments, and sometimes we forget to do this in live streams. And I wanted to say it to anybody who does a live stream. If you're doing a live stream and you're replying to comments, always read them out loud, because for like I've been meaning to say this for a while to people, because I listen to these things a lot of times, like when I'm working or
Yeah.
whatever, and I can't see the comments or read them while I'm working. And somebody will be reacting to a comment, and I'll be like, what the hell are you even
What do they
talking about?
say? Yeah, what
You
did they
know,
say? What's
what was
going
the
on?
comment? So I want to try to be more vigilant about
Diligent with
doing that
doing that. Yeah.
myself, you
Same. And
know?
I think it's also good for people with disabilities. People might
Yeah.
not be able to literally see what we're see the screen, but they can hear what we're saying. So yeah, it is just a friendly reminder if you're doing live streams to read the comment out loud.
And it's a reminder to me as well. Like sometimes when I say things out loud to an audience, it helps me remember to do it later on myself. So
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
like
yeah.
my
This
way of
is this is keeping myself up to the standards. I'm
this is
holding myself accountable.
my self-discipline.
Exactly.
So anyways, let me go on with my little bit of an update here with Japan again, because we keep having that come up just about every week lately. So they released a survey on the alleged Jehovah's Witness child abuse. And here's what it says. The survey shows 81% of respondents said they had cards indicating they desired to refuse blood transfusions. Now, let me clear something up with this as well. When it says these respondents, a lot of them are children. Children are forced to carry these
Mm.
cards saying that they don't want blood transfusions. I know, I had one when I was a kid. You know, um, it
Yeah.
also says 92% of the respondents experienced whipping, 96% were banned from school activities, 93% were forced to limit their human relations. And so, because of all of this, this is why these lawyers are going after this organization. This is why they're trying to get their religious status revoked. They're trying to bring to the government that they're not following the government's guidelines on um, treatment of their children for medical treatment, and they're saying it's a form of abuse. So I think that's very important to know, because this government in Japan is saying these are abusive things that the witnesses are doing,
They're calling it
and they
out.
are, and they're calling it out. Please take away the religious status. Please tax them. Follow in Norway's footsteps. Let's have country number 2 do this, and let's keep that ball rolling in every country.
Yeah, like a snowball just rolling down the hill. Make that thing an
Yes,
avalanche.
exactly.
I'd love it. I'd love to see accountability. That's all I truly want. I'm okay with you having your religion. I think that you need to, like I said before, you should have some kind of program that helps people who are inside, who maybe even still want to stay in the religion, but they need assistance because of something that's happened to them. And then maybe they'll walk themselves right out. But that's the first step. And I think all churches should have to do like some kind of insurance thing where they have these diverse, equitable programs, basically.
Exactly. And with that being said, I have one more thing for y'all this morning. This is just a quick update, actually. We've been reporting on the bombing in Kerala, in India, at the convention.
Mhm.
The death toll has risen again. And this was actually reported on JW.org's website, that their death toll rises to 8 now from that incident. So that's so sad to hear. My heart goes out to those families. You know, just tragic. No, nobody should ever have to go through that. I don't care what religion you are or a part of, or what your religion makes you do, or whatever. They still shouldn't have to go through all that.
And I do wonder if that is the result of the blood transfusion policy. You know, it could have been burns. I mean, they could have succumbed to their injuries,
Oh
but I
yeah,
do wonder,
absolutely.
like, how many of these are like they're hoping they can pull through without getting a transfusion, but they eventually just are too weak.
Yeah, exactly.
We
And
probably won't know that.
probably not. And what was really disgusting too, though, was like they've had a spokesperson going on the news media in India for the Watchtower and trying
Mm.
to like soften up the country to Jehovah's Witnesses with one of their,
Oh,
you
I
know,
saw that.
and that was
Yeah.
just like, especially in light of this, it's like, come on, this is just
It's
so disingenuous. And they,
right.
and you, and if you notice, they don't say nothing about the victims. It's all about the organization, all
Yep.
a fluff piece. Like, oh, we're good, we're great, we're the best. We'll be at your doors. So please answer and talk to us, and yada yada yada. But nothing, not one
It's all
thing
a sales
about the
pitch.
victims.
Everything
So,
gets turned into a marketing campaign, and that truly is disgusting. It's the same with funerals. It is the same protocol, the same methods with a funeral. You're going there to learn about your jiddu who just passed away, and
yep,
you got to hear these MFers preaching about a new world. Give me a break. It's
yes.
disgusting.
So,
What did that
anyways,
say?
oh, this one,
Yeah, I saw that guy answering all the written questions from the JWs. It was sickening. Yeah, that
yeah,
that interview where the guy's like on the news interview where he's like checking
yeah,
through like and he was like frantic like this is not in the questionnaire. This is not what I told I would be doing. These people are not prepared. They think that they know so much about the organization, and then when they're hit with real thought-provoking questions, it's like their
does
brain
not
gets fried.
compute, does not
Exactly.
compute, because
100%.
they're just like
Before we
robots.
Before we go very quickly, can I just give a little update to so yesterday, if y'all didn't know, the General Assembly, not the UN, but I guess I don't know, the General Assembly of the United Nations got together yesterday and voted on a ceasefire. Now, it's not legally binding, because you don't have to listen to the UN. But the last time that this was brought up, Israel did listen. So my hope is that they will listen. But there's no guarantee because they don't care about anything but money. So I just thought I would give you a quick little update what's happening in Palestine.
No, that's good. I actually saw that yesterday myself, and they're also demanding the unquestioning release of all the hostages as well. So I hope
Mm-hmm.
that does happen because those people do need to be set free. They don't deserve any
Yeah,
of this.
on both sides,
Yes.
like both sides, no civilians should be getting harmed. But I think that there is a power who has the majority of control in this situation, and it is obviously Israel. They have the support of most of the world. Well, now we've realized 153 countries voted against them. Not against them, sorry, for a ceasefire.
Yes.
That's not
For the
against them.
ceasefire.
That's what they think. I guess I should say that they feel like they're the victim and everybody hates us. Must be because my religion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds just like Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yes, that victim card just comes in handy. They just pop that
the,
out. They get their wallet out real quick. I'm a victim here.
the truth is told about them, and all of a sudden they're victims.
Yeah. How dare we?
How shocking.
Scary.
Anyways, in case anybody didn't notice, I have a new backdrop today. My Christmas
I like
tree.
your tree. It's very
Thank
pretty.
you.
I've never had well, we don't have celebrate Christmas anymore, but I've never had a white tree, and I think they're so pretty.
Well, my office is in shambles because I'm doing the floor still, and I finally gotten my way down to there. So I've had to move my desk all around. Everything's just everywhere. So had to move my setup this morning to do the show. Couple of things for business here. First of all, I'd like to thank Joe and Fran again this week for buying me a coffee. Thank you so much, Joe and Fran. We really appreciate you. Sending so much love to you guys. Also, real quick, please don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video to help get it out to the YouTube algorithms. Next week, we are not doing news.
So he says.
So I say.
I'll probably throw some news in there. I can't help myself.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'll cut you off.
True.
I'll hit the mute button so fast.
Just exit me out. Just like boop, removed from the show.
Sorry, everybody. She got on purposely accidentally kicked out.
Oops. Anyway, yeah, it'll be a good time. Huh? The old 1-2 switcheroo.
Yeah, so we're gonna make it like just an end of the year fun show for everybody. Get off all this heavy news that we've been going through. And then don't forget, we will be taking a winter break for the next 3 weeks after that. So everybody can go and enjoy their families for Christmas and, the new year. And then we'll get back to it in January. And as a reminder, it'll be January 10th will be our next show.
Wow. 2024 is right around the corner. Who knew? I never thought I'd see past 18. And here I am in 2024.
I know, right?
Life is surprise.
Armageddon was supposed to come years ago.
Like, come on, man. Isn't there a schedule we're supposed to be sticking to or something?
I think Jehovah lost his clock.
He lost his clock, all right.
Yeah.
It's a cuckoo clock.
Yeah, and we're cleaning it for him.
I'd love to clean his mother effing clock. I swear to goodness, if I could get that God in front of me, oof.
Oh, Alora, we had our tree up from last year up until we put this one up behind me. Because she said I'll have my tree up in January, and we didn't take ours down last year. The only reason we have a different tree than we had last year was because my dogs ruined it, so we had to get a new one. So
We used to. When we would put ours up, it would stay up for so long. It would just
yeah,
stay up for so long.
my
It's
wife's like,
funny.
"You want to take it down?" I'm like, "Nah, it's fine there. It's good."
You kinda
I'm
get
like,
used to the ambiance. Like,
"I
I actually
do,"
kinda liked, like, the soft, like, glow and of the lights. I enjoyed that.
and then the way I look at it, being I never got to celebrate Christmas till 5 years ago, I'm making up for lost time. So you know,
Understood. Yeah, that makes a lot of
so
sense.
I what
We're
I
all
really
making up
think
for lost time.
I think though what we really need to do though is like start listening to Christmas music in July and stuff and have like a Christmas in July.
Oh, there you go. That's a neat idea.
I actually used to work with a guy who did that. Not an ex-witness or nothing, just you know, plain old never a witness guy. And he would play Christmas music on his radio in July and blast it throughout the whole shop. It was great.
Oh god, did people go crazy or they liked it?
Oh, some people would, others just mostly ignored him.
Yeah.
So I think that is everything. Don't forget, everybody, the descriptions for all of our stories are in the description below, as well as the link for Buy Me a Coffee. We will be back next week on for our final year show. I can't believe
Doo,
it.
doo, doo, doo.
The
Our
last
last
show of the
show
year.
of 2023.
And
Yeah, I have my
what a
lights up all year.
what a year it's been too. I mean, we started off with like we had back at this time last year, I don't even think we had 10 subscribers yet.
Well, we probably had, like, 10-ish,
And now
and I was probably one of them.
and so was
You and
I.
I were
It's
2 of them.
yeah, yeah,
Jonathan was probably 1.
Jay.
And Jay, exactly. I think
Yeah,
we were, like, our first 4 fans.
yeah, yes. And
Uh,
we have grown to over 500 subscribers in this first year of being on. So thank you everybody for your support. Thank you for being here every week. I love seeing y'all in the comments. I love your comments. They are so great. We appreciate your support. I mean, it makes it so much more enjoyable to have you with us doing this, especially with some of the stories that we have to report on and everything. So
yeah.
really, from the bottom of
It
my
it
heart, I
does
thank you
bother I
all.
like it it bothers I'm sure it bothers you too hearing some of this stuff. It bothers me for sure.
It bothers me, but it bothers me in the way that it puts a fire under me to want to get it out there as well and report on it,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I don't want to keep this stuff hidden anymore like we had to when we were in the organization.
Yeah, and if I ramble on about it, it's just because I'm so not excited, that's probably not the word, but I just feel like I gotta raise the alarms, like, just running around telling everybody.
Yes. So, oh, thank you, Sam. It's been a great
Oh,
year for
Sam,
me. I found so much happiness this year.
that's good.
And we love having you too, buddy. I mean, it's in the Discord, you're great. You're always chatting up with everybody. I've got to talk to you as well before, so always great. Oh, speaking of the Discord, let
Here, I got
me.
it. I just posted it if that's what you're doing.
Oh, you beat me. Yes, that's what I was doing.
As soon as I saw Sam's reminder, I was like, "Oh, that's right."
Yes. Thank you, Sam, for your reminders. He's always on there reminding everybody to like and
Yep,
subscribe to the Discord and to the channel. So thank you, buddy, for being our, you know, backstage producer unofficially.
keeping us on schedule. Thank
That's
you.
right. That's right. Sam the man. All right. Anything else you want to say, Ryan?
No, that's all. Just again, thank you for all the support, and we'll see you next week. Just take care of yourselves, um,
Yes.
and try to keep up with what's happening and calling your calling your reps, boycott. There's things that we can do. Like sometimes I know it might seem overwhelming, but there's small things that we can do together that can add up to big consequences. I don't know if y'all saw, but Starbucks, we've been boycotting Starbucks, and they had like an 11 million, I don't know, whatever it was. They had a huge loss from our boycott. So when we focus our energy in certain places, we can have an effect. And I know it's hard. We're fighting against a lot of capital, but we have each other, and just knowing that I have y'all here is amazing. So yeah, just really thank you for your support, and we'll see you next week for our last show of 2023.
Yes, we will. And we love you all. Have a great week, everybody. And remember, apostate your way.
Yeah. Listen to Baby Blessed. To me. Listen to me and you'll be blessed.
No, listen to me.
No, damn it. Me.
Hey, I win. I'm a winner.
Hey. You're a winner.
All right. Take care, everybody. See you
Bye,
all
guys.
next week.
Love you.
Bye.
Thanks, Neil.